good, everybody? This is your girl, Miss Info, Rough Riders Radio. We're on the ride along, and I'm sitting on the couch with Lord KAOS.
What up, what up, what up, what up?
Good. What's good with you?
How you doing?
Thank you for coming through. I want to give you your props, and I want to, make sure that I make it known that I'm giving you your props because, listen, you have sent me music every single day for a while now, every single day. And I'm impressed by that because what is it? Persistence overcomes resistance.
Yeah.
And that you said that like that's a part of like how you get your music out there. Like really
that's definitely like my number one tool. You know what I mean? I mean, if you ain't got a budget and that's the only tool you got, what you gonna do? You know what I mean? Like you gotta do something. I mean, you don't got a street team putting out flyers like back in the days and all that. So if that's not affordable and you got a digital tool and you can reach out to thousands of people.
I know.
You know what I mean?
But you're good at it. Because I was like, you know what, let me give this guy a second look, a second listen, not saying I passed you over, but we get so much music.
Yeah, I can imagine.
A friend of mine who knows a friend of mine who knows something about it. They're like, don't really check him out. I'm like, all right. And then I did. I'm like, okay, wait a minute. He's got something to say.
Tell that friend of yours I said thank you.
I will. So let's get into like who you are. Juan Vasquez.
Yeah.
Versus Lord KAOS. Like, who is this guy? And first of all, you're Afro-Latino, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So you black in?
No, I'm not black in anything. I am the original man, so I'm automatically Asiatic black man. However, I am Hispanic. My father's from Puerto Rico and my mother is from Puerto Rico. Okay. Well, my mother's side is from Puerto Rico. My mom was born here.
All right, so you got me together. Thank you. But yeah, that's good. I mean, I appreciate that. I had no idea. And then you send music on 2 different platforms.
Yeah, I send it all over. I'm all over. I'm about to start TikTok. You know what I'm saying? So that's coming up soon. I haven't really ventured off to TikTok. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to come up with a scheme to do TikTok videos. What I'm thinking about. I ain't gonna even tell you about that.
Yeah, don't
I can't expose it because somebody might take my idea and
they will.
Yeah.
All of a sudden you'll be on TikTok like I was gonna do that.
Yeah, right.
Damn it. but
yeah, I got a plan for TikTok.
Okay.
Look out for that soon.
Okay. So who gave you the name Lord KAOS?
The hood. It came from the hood. Back in the days, it started with graffiti.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? My guys, I used to call myself Kid Rock.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I was Kid Rock. So when the artist, the country guy, Kid Rock came out, I was like, he stole my name. I had a cool name, and they named me KAOS. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I like KAOS. But he used to rap.
Yes.
Now he's country.
Yes.
He needs to figure it out.
Big shout out to Kid Rock. But no, when I was a kid, my graffiti name was Kid Rock.
Okay.
And I don't know if it was just because I was hanging out with certain people or, I had a little reputation coming up where I grew up at in Douglas Projects, and my friends actually named me KAOS. I didn't know what it was at the time. And then so later on I added the Lord because I got knowledge of self through the Nation of Gods and Earth. And that's where the Lord came in, and then I abbreviated KAOS. And spelt some of the stuff wrong. Like I turned the C into a K. Creative artists, organizing styles. You know what I'm saying?
Say it again.
Creative artists, organizing styles.
I like that. I was gonna ask you if it meant something, and I had a feeling since you said you're part, one of the, is it? Please correct me. Is it 5%er or 1%?
Yeah,
5%.
No, 5%. Nation of Gods and Earth.
Nation of Gods and Earth.
Yeah,
that's beautiful. I like that. Yeah. Now, what inspired you to create is it KO City World?
Chaos City World.
It's Chaos City World.
Yeah.
It's a movement.
Yeah.
Now, what is that?
It's basically that's my brand.
Okay.
My LLC. I got all my paperwork on that. I was part of my ideas to have energy drinks and waters, and eventually go into like sports gear and stuff like that. But that's the name of the brand that I'm gonna be pushing soon, as far as apparel.
So you're like a whole like a movement, music. You're talking about energy drinks. I mean, your plate is full already.
Yeah, and I got more to come.
You got more to come.
Yeah, yeah,
I like that.
yeah.
Now, when did you realize that music was your calling? Like, when did this, did it start young or how did it start for you?
So I'm glad you asked that, and I want to say rest in peace to my cousin Heno. He just recently passed away like a month and a half, 2 months ago. We grew up together. His birthday, thank you. His birthday was the day before mine, and we both Sagittarius.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like he was 3 years older than me, and he used to hang out with Curious George. You know what I mean? And Curious George, so me being the little cousin, I always wanted to follow my cousin around. So my grandmother used, like, once the sun started coming down, my grandmother would come out looking for me. So I had to get off the block. And I would go down to 96th Street, 97th Street, and hang out with Curious George and the whole CM mob. And through them and through my friends in the projects, Scheme, my whole CF squad. I'm not gonna go down the line. They know who they are. Between freestyling in Scheme's house in apartment 5F and going down to 97th Street and freestyling with CM Mob, that's where the passion began.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean?
How
And
old were you though?
we're talking about 8, 9, 10 years old.
Wow.
And
You've
I
been
would,
at this for a minute.
yeah, like I said, I've been around the music industry as well. Well, not the music industry, people who were in the music industry for a long time. You know what I mean? And been around a lot of different people who made it to different to their own successful places in the music industry. And a lot of times what happened was my incarcerations kept me from really being able to display that.
Yeah.
And chase that dream.
Yeah.
Life be life.
It
You know
sure
what I mean?
does.
So,
Listen,
17 years out of my life put me behind the rest.
that's a long time.
Yeah.
17 years?
Yeah.
I'm glad you made it out, and I'm glad you're like a stronger person because of it. But that's a long time.
Yeah.
How did you?
It wasn't all at one time. Let me clarify that.
Still
But 17.
adding it together.
Adding it all together.
What was the longest period?
4 years here, 5 years there,
Okay.
3 years. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Back to back felonies. You know what I mean?
But that's still a lot of time out of your life. Yeah.
The time went so fast. Going in and out of jail, that you don't realize that you're wasting so much time.
Yeah.
So like every time I would get to a position where, like my brother-in-law grew up with Black Rob, you know what I mean?
Mhm.
And G-Dep and that whole camp, if I would have been out and been in the right place at the right time, who knows what would have happened.
Right.
You understand what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So those are the type of
Good
opportunities.
or bad.
Right.
Either way.
Either
you
way,
said,
right.
Okay, I got you.
You know what I mean? Like if I wouldn't have been on the run at the time that Black Rob and my brother-in-law and G-Dep and all of them was doing it in the industry, if I would have been around them, who knows what had happened,
Yeah.
I could have been on a single, I could have put out a single, you know what I'm saying? But being incarcerated, those opportunities, I missed those opportunities.
Yeah. Lesson learned. But
Yes.
now you have that drive. So now you're not.
Yeah.
You're never
I
gonna
mean,
go back that direction.
So when I just
Hopefully.
just recently I ran into one of my boys that's from my projects as well,
Yeah.
and we was incarcerated. We were supposed to come home the same day, and he ended up going to the box. When we ran into each other, I had just came out the box from doing a year and a half in the box. And
That's solitary, right?
yeah.
Oh man.
And so when I came out the box, I came out mad hair on my face. I'm bald, so when my hair, when my hair grows, yeah.
I'm not laughing in your face.
Yeah, nah, this is
No idea
yeah,
you were
nah.
bald.
I'm not like Jada. Yo, Jada
I
Jada
thought
been
you
bald.
had.
Listen,
I've never seen you with your hat off.
Jada Kid's been bald his whole life and could grow a whole set of hair.
I
Me,
wouldn't know.
I'm the opposite. I had hair, now I don't got it. You dig? You know what I mean? But
You didn't have hair.
but
I'm
no.
sorry.
So, coming out the box, I look crazy, you know what I
Right,
mean?
yeah.
So I run into this kid Chubbs while I was locked up.
Mhm.
And he's like, yo, I'm from Douglas. I'm like, I'm from Douglas too. And he didn't believe me. So he's on the phone with somebody because, I moved, in and out of prison and being out of town and, living in Rochester, Buffalo and those places, you know what I'm saying? I moved out the hood for a while, moving around, you know what I mean? So it's like, okay, so boom. I had a joke with him. I said, yo, when I go home, I'm gonna go to school, I'm gonna get a job, and I'm gonna buy me a little car, and I'm gonna get me a little contract. And sometimes you say things and it just comes into existence.
You manifest it. You put it out in the universe. It
And
really does come back to you. If it's really what is in your heart and you really put it out there, it'll happen.
So when I came home, I went to ITT.
Mm-hmm.
I got a degree in IT.
Okay.
You know what I mean? I'm a
I need your help, bro.
computer networking science.
I need your help. Okay. After the show, we need to talk.
I got you. I got you. And then, I put a remix out to one of Jay-Z and Kanye songs, the Otis song, and I put it on Facebook. I had recorded myself. I was learning how to use I didn't know how to engineer nothing, but I was trying to learn. I was so eager to learn this stuff, you know what I mean? And my guy named Vince, he heard the song, and that's how I got the contract with Universal.
Wow.
So,
congratulations.
I went through a lot to get there.
Yeah. And you already answered it. I mean, the question, it was like, what was one of the biggest obstacles you had to overcome early in your career? I mean, literally, that is a huge obstacle.
Yeah.
So your upcoming project you have is called what? Final Round?
It's not the project.
It's not
the single.
It's a single.
Yes.
Project.
It's a single.
All right, but it's still a project.
Nah, a project is a project.
A project you look like an album.
Yeah.
Yeah. The fans are talking about it though. You're getting a lot of
I'm getting a lot of good response, great response from the people. I appreciate that. I appreciate the great responses I'm getting, it means a lot. And that's the inspiring part too. You know what I mean?
So what can your listeners expect after Final Round? Like, are you going to put out an album?
Yeah, that's the plan. We putting together an album. I'm gonna be working with Jameek on some of my beats. I have my own producers such as Scorch, one of my brothers from where I came up from. I got a couple other people that I'm gonna be working with. But before I get to the project, I want to put out the singles I got with the features. Like I got a feature with Tragedy Gaddafi. I got a few other features that I want to put out before I actually put the album out. You know what I mean? But Final Round is what we're working on right now. And I think We Be Moving is the next track to follow up. So right now we're just focusing on putting out a bunch of singles.
That's good.
Yep.
That's good. Just constant like pushing. Yeah. That's good. Actually,
I don't want to overwhelm the people with a whole album. I mean, I'm obviously I'm getting a good response, but I don't think an album is ready yet for the population. I need to grow it some more.
Okay, I get it. I get it. So how it's been? You started 9-10 years old with Curious George and listening.
No, I was 9 or 10 years old.
That's what I said, 9 or 10 years old.
Oh, I thought you said 19.
No, 9 or 10 years old. Yeah,
it's like 19. I was somewhere else.
Of course, how do you feel your music? Of course, it's changed since you were 10 years old.
Yeah.
But over time, because now you're a full-on adult. How do you feel like it's evolved?
So, freestyling used to be a thing that we used to do regularly. Like that was our thing. You know what I mean? Like if you didn't know how to freestyle, you was in trouble. You know what I mean? So
to me, that's like isn't that the main thing of it?
That's
if
the
you can't
core.
freestyle, like what do you?
That's the core of it.
Should you really be rapping?
Saying. That's the you're right. You're right. But I think, as the eras change, there's a lot of rappers that write a lot of hits weren't freestyle. You know what I'm
Yes.
saying?
Okay.
Is what I'm saying. So, um, and sometimes, I've heard this said before, and I can't remember. I want to quote the person that said this, but it's somebody who of hip hop royalty, you know what I'm saying, said this, and I can't remember. I don't want to say the name because I don't want to mistake the person that said it. A freestyle could be something that you wrote right on the spot,
That's true. If you
So
actually typed it out.
right.
Okay, I get it.
So,
Because then there's somebody told me there's a difference between like freestyle and off
if
the
I'm not
dome.
mistaken, it was KRS-One.
Okay.
If I'm not
So
mistaken.
there's a difference between like just freestyling, because you can freestyle and just write something down, and then that's
Right.
your rap, and then the
Right.
moment, and then just off your
And
dome.
then you got off the dome. You know
Okay.
what I mean? So I think those was two different things, and I believe I don't want to be wrong in what I'm quoting from the OGs. I don't know which one said it, but whoever said it, that's what I got from there.
Shout out to the OGs.
Definitely,
Right.
definitely.
So what's your writing process like when inspiration hits?
Um, I it depends on the beat first.
I was just going to ask you that. Do you do the beat first and then see kind of where if the lyrics come with it,
Right.
or do you
Right.
have
Right.
lyrics and then you find a beat?
So
And which is better, do you think?
there's times that I write with a beat, and there's times that I don't write with a
You
beat.
just have the lyrics in your head.
Right.
Yeah.
Like I got a mental uh metronome going on in my brain, and I write to that metronome, right? And then there's times where I might go to a studio and a producer be like, yo, let's go through these beats. You know what I
Okay,
mean?
yeah.
And so
Then
I,
something will hit you.
there's something that'll hit me, you know what I'm saying? We'll listen to the beats, and I might come up with a cadence or something, and then, from there, the thought process goes into a hook. And once I get into the hook, it's that determines my bars and so forth. That's like the main structure.
Now, is your music based on personal experiences, or are you storytelling, or are you just kind of ad-libbing, or like,
Um,
how do you describe
I
it?
like to bounce back and forth. You know what I mean? Like, I like to say some real lyrical stuff sometimes,
Mhm.
but then sometimes,
Metaphors and stuff.
yeah, like yeah, metaphors, definitely metaphors and punchlines and stuff like that. And then sometimes, I want to. I like to speak from experience,
Yeah.
things I've been through, things I've seen. You know what I mean? People close to me, something they might been through that related to me. You know what I'm saying? That hit it close to home. Um, but for the most part, it's really comes from the beat. If that beat is telling me write something that's touchy,
Right.
you know what
Okay.
I'm saying, or say
Yeah.
something that's heartfelt
Or it feels gritty,
or feels gritty.
or it feels like
Yeah,
sexy.
it depends on where we going with this.
You don't seem like a sexy music kind of guy. Do you?
Nah, I got some. I got
you
some
got some for the
joints. I got
ladies?
some joints for the ladies.
Okay.
I got some joints. Yes, I got some joints. Shout out, to Butter Blase. I got a joint with Capadonna that I worked with.
I like
And
Capricorn.
Anno Domini.
Mhm.
Is for the ladies. Who else? I worked with Anno Domini on another joint. For the ladies with Sean Kingston. You know what I mean? So I got some joints for the ladies. Don't get it twisted
Okay.
now.
All right. I'm watching you. I'm watching you. As an independent artist, what's been your biggest lesson in the music business, and being signed as well? A lot of people don't even get to that. They do
Yeah.
their music for years and never get signed. They put it out there as independent,
Mhm.
but then they never get signed. And is being signed all is what it's cracked up to be? I know I asked
Well,
like 3 questions in one.
I got you. I got
Yeah.
you. So for me, I don't think I got a chance to feel the full impact of being signed because I went through a medical situation where
Oh, okay.
they found a tumor that was growing in my spine, and I had to learn basically how to walk and stuff again.
Right.
So I lost time and contract. It went.
Yeah.
But however, in the process of that, I learned a lot because I got a chance to meet a lot of people.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? While I was signed, that whole promotional process the manager does, trying to get you out there, take you to all these events, and you meet all types of people and stuff like that.
Right.
You know what I mean? So, big shout out to like Grandmaster Cass, my DJ Kev Rockwell, Ron G, you know what I'm saying? And so on and so forth. Into the golden era, like, you know what I'm saying, like G Deps, the Black Robs, the
Mm.
Mr. Cheeks, you know what I'm saying? Those guys, they taught me a lot, you know what I mean? Um, I know that was one of the questions. I'm trying to remember the other two. Oh, the benefits, right? Was
Yeah,
that one?
like is being signed all that what it's cracked up to be.
Mm, I guess for me,
I
I
mean, it's
didn't.
good to have under your belt that you
Yeah,
got
yeah,
signed. Yeah.
it's good for the resume. It's a good look, but
Yeah.
I don't even use that to my advantage anymore.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because it's like, if you're gonna be independent, then you got to be 100% independent,
Like
right?
so independent means you're not signed to any
And not signed
nothing.
to
Okay.
nothing. You know what I mean? You make every decision on yourself, every design of a flyer,
All your
every
money,
every
every
every bit of
dollar.
engineering a song. If you really gonna do this, you got to really learn how to get behind the Pro Tools and do it yourself, and
Right.
you got to pretty much know how to co-direct your videos, and it's a lot of work. Big shout out to El Getty, and Bag Visions.
Yeah,
My
I'm gonna be talking to him soon too.
Who?
El Getty.
El Getty, yeah, yeah, yeah. He's a good dude. That's my brother right there. El Getty just shot my last video that we're gonna be putting out soon.
Okay.
Um, we be moving, and Bags just is the one that shot the final round video. Um, but yeah, when I get with them and I'm talking with them about doing a video, I'm like, you know, co-directed and saying, yo, I think the lighting and, El Getty, when you speak to El Getty, he'll tell you, yeah, yo, KAOS be everywhere. Like, his mind is everywhere, you
That's a
know?
good thing though, because you
Um,
gotta be able to at least know a little bit of something about everything in the
yeah,
music business
yeah,
to be successful.
yeah.
Because
And
people take advantage of it
it
if
took
you
me
don't.
about 10 years, after I got home to learn the technical side, like the Pro Tools, the engineering of my vocals,
Yeah.
listening to the beat and learning how to quantize and all this other crazy stuff. I didn't know none of this stuff when I came home. Luckily, I went to ITT, so I was able to be a little bit savvier
Right.
than the average new user, but it was a process.
Listen, we need to talk. We're definitely going to talk about that. What's so you? I know you see a lot of new artists coming up, and everybody's putting out music, and everybody, pretty much everybody, wants to be some sort of rap artist, R&B, whatever. So, what's one mistake you see these new artists making today?
I think for some people it works, but not for everybody. And for the ones that it's not working for, I want to say that sometimes they put music out prematurely. Um, they don't shop it. When I mean shop it, they don't.
Explain what you mean.
They don't. Okay, so they don't advertise themselves. They don't put themselves out there.
Mm.
They just make the music, do a video, and throw it out there, and expect the world to see it. It's more than that. You have to promote yourself. You have to market yourself. You have to put yourself out there as an artist. Some people, lucky go, just they just go luck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They
Maybe
they just
just
lucky, like they
right.
just drop, but then you don't hear from them no more. You know what I mean? Because they're not really marketing themselves and promoting themselves. At the end of the day, whether you're independent or you sign to a label, it's still a profession.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? For me to sit here on this couch with you is a profession. Like you said, I ain't never listened to you, and when I started listening, I was like, oh, whoa, he's really about his business. You know what I mean? And that's the thing. Every day I'm somebody's looking and they like, oh yeah, he's really about his business.
Yeah.
You're
serious. So you once said hip hop isn't dead. It's just not being fed to the people anymore. What do you think hip hop is missing today? And what did you mean by that statement?
What I meant by that statement is the people who are in charge of like the FM radio stations, and a lot of the stations where you got directors that pick and choose the music that's going out. um they don't they don't honor the old school as they should.
I
And
definitely agree with you on that.
um the reason why that's important is because what happens is you not necessarily erase history, but you're not putting history in the faces of the youth. So now they start creating music to what they think is hip hop.
Right.
You know what I mean? And without listening to what hip hop really is,
Right.
that what create where it started, people forget the foundation. And if the foundation is not being set forward, just imagine if every youth forgot about their mother or their father.
Right. I get it.
You understand what I'm
I
saying?
totally get it.
If they don't know who their mother, their father, their grandmother is, they don't have the family values. They don't learn values. They don't learn the morals. You know what I mean? So
Foundation.
the foundation is
Foundation.
very important.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because now it's like, oh wow, that it might sound old to them, but it only sounds old because it's not there for them to hear.
Exactly.
When I was a kid and hip hop was like growing, we had the Dougie Fresh and the Slick Ricks, and you know what I mean, you had Spoonie G's, and the Public Enemies, and this was what the kids was listening to. You know what I'm saying? The LL Cool J's.
All of it.
But guess what? Even with that being fed to us, that old school Bobby Womack was playing in the background in the crib.
Yep.
Marvin Gaye was playing Temptations. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. The
These
Ohio players,
the Ohio
Isley
players,
Brothers.
these guys was way before my time.
Exactly. Those are our
Yeah,
parents.
but those was our parents. You know what I'm saying? And Quiet as Kept, the James Browns and all that. That's been the main influence of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? That those are the foundation. That's where the foundation begin.
Came from us. It came
Uh,
from us.
You know,
Elvis Presley got it
hip
from
hop.
us.
Hip hop is a culture, right? Like I said in the last interview, right when I made that statement, hip hop is a culture. You know what I mean? And with within every culture, there has to be a foundation. You know what I mean? There has to be a teacher. There has to be a learner. You know what I mean? And if you take something out of the teaching, then that next generation is missing something.
Yeah.
And they already did enough with the crack epidemic, you know what I'm saying, back in the 80s.
Yeah.
A lot of
That took a lot.
that brought forth a lot of single parent homes. You know what I mean? A lot of fathers is locked incarcerated for many, many years, which some are still coming home and some are never coming home.
Yeah. That's
You know what I mean? So with that being said, when they did that, when that whole crack epidemic hit, and you got mothers that are smoking crack and fathers that are being incarcerated, that generation right there lost a lot of morals and values. You know what I mean? And it just continued to decrease. But in hip hop, like if you put it in the sense of hip hop, it's the same thing. The less you put the foundation on the radio, the less the value of hip hop is, or the rules or whatever you want to call it, the youth is hearing.
But how are you adapt? So, as an artist, how are you adapting to that type of change?
So
Stay relevant.
the thing is this, right? I feel like everybody has something to say,
Yeah.
right? I don't compete in an era where with the youth. I don't compete with nobody, to be honest. You know what I'm saying? Hip hop is a competitive sport. If
So,
if it came down to competition, then that's a whole different. I do music because I know I've experienced certain things in life, and maybe I'm able to teach somebody something through my music. I love the sport of hip hop. You know what I mean? I love to, even I love to be able to contribute to hip hop. You know what I'm saying? As an independent artist, you really don't make nothing. You know what I'm saying?
No.
But the contributions that I'm giving towards hip hop, you know what I'm saying, is important to the youth because I'm keeping it where the foundation is supposed to be.
That's
So,
important.
you know what I mean? So competition is not something that I worry about. Um, as far as the youth, I listen to their music as well. You know what I mean? Because like I said, everybody has something to say. Every generation has something to say. When NWA said "F the police,"
That did it.
everybody said, "Oh, this is not hip hop."
It was so hip hop.
It was so hip hop,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Drill music. These kids is going crazy, videotaping, boom, 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 boom. But guess what? They're expressing themselves. So what do you call it? It's a form of.
It's a form of hip hop.
So we getting rid of our offsprings because they're not doing the right thing, or do we teach our offsprings?
Good question. Good question. You asking me?
No,
What do we do?
that's a question for
For the world.
for the world. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do we let them go astray because you know the radios are failing them, not showing them what really real hip hop is about?
Yeah.
Or do people like me continue to do what we do, and hopefully some of them catch on?
Or even like even with Rough Rider Radio, because they can they consider it old school Rough Riders, but really there's new generation. There's people coming up
Yeah,
signing
yeah,
artists. Like it's still out there and it's still relevant. You still
absolutely,
have to get your
absolutely,
voice heard. Yeah.
absolutely, absolutely.
So what is you've worked with a lot of people because you named a lot of people here. So what is some of your favorite artists that you've worked with so far? And who is your favorite?
Why you gonna say what? You trying to get me kicked out the camp?
No. So
No,
and why did you like working with him so much?
it was interesting working with Black Rob.
Why you say that?
Um, the reason why I was interested in working with Black Rob because his selection on who his favorite artist was and stuff like that was not the same selection that I had. Um, like his favorite artist was Slick Rick. You know what I mean? And I didn't understand why until I went back and listened to all his music again.
Slick Rick is
You know what I
he's a
mean?
storyteller.
Not
You
Slick
mean Black
Rick,
Rob?
but Black Rob.
Okay, yeah.
When I went back and I listened to all of Black Rob's music again, you know what I mean? I understood why he said Slick Rick. He was a storyteller as well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he taught me the importance of telling stories in my music. So working with Black Rob was definitely one of my big joints. I never did any music with Mr. Cheeks. However, I've traveled from New York to Atlanta and back with Mr. Cheeks doing different shows and stuff like that. And Mr. Cheeks showed me, you know what I'm saying, the importance of keeping our professionalism out on the road. You know what I'm saying, the importance of security. You know what I'm saying, the importance of, you know what I mean, communication, you know what I mean, along the way and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So shout out to Mr. Cheeks. Rest in peace to Black Rob. You know what I mean? They really, and then Tragedy Gaddafi. Big shout out to Tragedy Gaddafi. That's my brother. He like came to my house like every day. And he used to be like, if you listen to my mixtape, Tragedy Gaddafi is, I have a track with Tragedy on my last mixtape that I put out with Ron G, and the song is called No Remorse. And you hear him say in the song, you need to stop playing. You know what I'm saying? And what he was talking about was, I have so much music stacked up that he's like, you just need to start putting music out.
Right, and stop playing.
You know, stop playing.
Stop
you know
playing.
what I mean? And so Tragedy was the one that like really said like, yo, you can do this.
Yeah.
You can do this, and you got the skill to do it, and you don't need a record label, man. Just
You can do it.
stay consistent. And his inspiration on that really, really pushed
Well,
the
you're
brother.
consistent. Trust me. Trust me. You sent me something today. Or it was yesterday. The
Yeah,
last thing you sent me
yeah,
was, I think it was
yeah,
yesterday.
definitely,
You sent me
definitely.
something yesterday.
Yep.
Like you're not
I'm gonna send you something tomorrow,
right. You're not
and the
running.
next day,
Right.
every
Exactly.
day.
Now, I'm gonna ask you a question. Is there an underrated New York artist everyone should know about that's out there making moves?
Um, uh, yeah, me.
Okay.
Me. I'm very underrated. You know what I'm saying? I'm I could definitely get in the booth with anybody on any level. You know what I mean? I'm well rounded. I tell stories. I got styles. I got punchlines. I got metaphors. You know, I got concepts. I can talk about anything, whether whether it's the president or my people be going through poverty. You know what I mean? So yeah, nobody can lyrically. I'm a problem.
Listen, I'm gonna leave it right there. Right on that. Is it what's something your fans don't know about you?
um, I'm a real private person. Um,
You're very reserved.
well, I'm a Sagittarius.
Yeah, I know about your
You
Sagittarius.
know what I'm saying? So, we know how to be like, um, I could be in a room full of people and be by myself.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Or I could be the life of the party.
Right.
You know what I mean? So I could be here, but I'm over there.
You're over there
You know
thinking
what I
about
mean?
the next
Yeah. Think about the
situation.
next move. You know what I mean?
So outside of music, what keeps you motivated?
Um, I think what keeps me motivated the most is just staying busy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Idle time for me has always got me in the wrong place. Got locked up, you know. So I try to stay busy positively. I do a lot of positive stuff. I try to work. I try to work, period. I create work for myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I'm always moving around nonstop. Like, I not only do I work with Double Law from time to time, but I also work with the LB fam, Lost Boys out in Queens, Mr. Cheeks and them. So, I'm always doing something, you know what I mean? And, other people in the industry that I deal with, like Kevy Cat Rockwell, that's my DJ. So when he's DJing for like Busy Bee or whoever he's DJing for, a lot of times I'll pop out and help him out. Because one thing about me, a lot of people don't know, since you asked that question,
Okay.
let me get back to that. I love DJs.
You like DJs?
DJs. Like real DJs.
They get there
I,
and scratch and
I,
you love
I
that.
love I love DJ. I love watching DJs DJ. You know what I mean? Like, it takes me back to the essence of hip hop.
Right,
You
like you
know what I
said,
mean?
takes you back to
And
when real hip hop.
yeah, like, especially a DJ that can scratch on vinyl.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, you got me. And if you're nice, you know what I mean? Like, you could really a DJ scratch or DJ Jazzy Jeff type of scratcher. Oh man, you got me. I'm watching your whole thing.
That's everything. Okay. Um, finish this sentence. Lord Chaos will be remembered for finish
For
the sentence.
showing love, compassion, um, overcoming challenges. Um, I don't know. I think there's going to be a whole list of things. I just don't think they manifested themselves yet.
Okay, you working on that. You working on what
Yeah,
to
we're gonna
manifest.
manifest. We're gonna manifest a whole lot more.
Before we wrap it up, what message do you have for everyone watching?
um, Message like what?
Like for the artists coming up, like people that are wanting to be
Just,
independent, start
just,
their own
just
business.
stay consistent in whatever it is. You know what I mean? And when things look like they not gonna work out, they're gonna work out. Just keep consistent.
I like that. Thank you. I needed to hear that. All right. So last thing I do with this, the quick fire. I do this with everybody. Now, even though you cheated, you got to look at it before. But I'm not going to hold it against you. New York or Miami?
New York, of course.
Oh, yeah. Freestyle or written bars?
Both.
You can't do both.
Why you can't do both?
It's either or. You pick one, this or that. Don't be difficult.
This is hard because I come from a freestyle era, but I love written bars. So
All right, I'll let you slide. Fine. All right. Jay-Z or Nas? This one you were battling over earlier.
We're not doing this one. We're not doing this.
Is that hard?
Both. No, and I'll give you my reason.
Okay, tell me why.
I'll give you my reason.
All right.
Because Nas changed the game, and so did Jay-Z. Okay.
That's true.
When Nas came out, it was like a breath of fresh air, and when Jay came out, I love talking about these three individuals, Nas, and I'm gonna bring another individual into it, DMX.
Oh, yeah.
Nas, Jay-Z, DMX.
They changed it.
Each one of them changed the game in their own era.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? When Nas came out, the lyrics he was spitting was, because that's what it was about, more of the lyrical content, like the, I don't know, metaphoric punchline type of flow. You know what I'm saying? But it was gritty. You know what I'm saying? It was still street. When Jay came out, he came out talking the same gritty street stuff, but it was from a hustler's perspective. You know what I'm saying? So anybody who was hustling in them streets could relate with what Jay was saying. You know what I mean? And when DMX came out, he gave him that nasty gritty. So if you lived that gritty lifestyle and you was really into that thug life, you know, like you was really with the dog.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I get it.
So with each one of them, when they first albums came out, they came out so far apart from each other that they each had a chance to change the game in their own way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So
all three now. And
so
you added somebody.
Yeah, and I added somebody. So
all right.
You know, I had to, because I can't speak about Nas without Jay. I can't speak with Jay without DMX. You know what I'm saying?
I respect that. Well, thank you so much, Cass, for coming through, and I appreciate you sitting on the couch with me.
It was dope.
Put it up and just letting everybody know exactly who you are.
Yeah.
Now
no
I know who you are.
Yeah,
exactly who you are. And shout out to our friend that we know. About it.
Tell the friend that I said, good looking out.
Right. I like that. This is your girl, Miss Info, Rough Riders Radio. We're on the ride along. This is my new friend, Lord KAOS. Make sure y'all check him out. Shout out where everybody can find your music and
Yeah. You can find me on Instagram, TikTok at Lord_KAOS_.
It's KAOS with a K.
K. Lord LORD_KAOS_.
Now tell everybody again what KAOS stands for.
Creative Artists Organizing Styles.
I love it. All right. We're out. Make sure y'all check him out. This is your girl Info, Rough Riders Radio. We're on the ride along.